just don't really know how to handle this. I'm going to handle it. But I either have to talk to him and address it, or I have to talk to her.
What's up, guys? We're back again. Got another video for you. I feel like we should have some type of nickname or something by now. So comment down below. What should we call each other? The name of the channel is Love versus Logic. Logicettes, Logicnaires, Lovers. I don't know, dude. I don't know you like that, so we can't go that way. Anyway, comment down below. If you're new here, go ahead and click the subscribe. Follow along this journey with me. Let's get into it.
How much are you willing to spend on a first date?
If she's bad, spend a little $2 bills, $200.
$50 to $100. Take 100, something like that. You feel me? Something calm.
Probably like 100.
Where you going with this 100?
I don't really like trying to spend. You feel me? If she not bad,
Shit is the first date. We supposed to be getting to know each other. We can go to the park. We go to Dave and Buster's.
if I'm looking to, hit it and quit it, then she's not going to a restaurant. I'm gonna try to get her to come to the crib. If I'm looking to, hit it and quit it, then
Now it was moving so fast. I gotta go back and see these numbers. You spending numbers like that in the park? 50 to 100, 200? Like, come on, fellas. Like, they're gonna try to hit you in the head. That's part of the game. Chalk it up. But if you really like this person, then you need to take her somewhere where you're not getting constantly interrupted, right? You're not just sitting in the movies in the dark, can't hear anything. You don't even want to share your popcorn, right? Those aren't getting to know you places. Yeah, walk in the park's cool, but guess what? Summertime right now. You might be watching this in the wintertime, but it's hot. It might be cold in. It might be raining outside. What you gonna do? Have a rain delay? This isn't baseball, But be a little creative. Take it somewhere where you can hear, have a conversation. Tell her how you love watching Love versus Logic. Depending on how this goes, that may not be the way to go. But just plan it out. You don't have to go too crazy because it's first date. She might not like you. You might get ghosted. You might not like her. But have good intentions. Like, don't waste their time. We'll try to keep it even on this one.
Monica, get me my water.
Excuse you?
You heard me. I said get me my water.
Number one, never ever call me Monica again. Number two, why don't we try that again?
Okay. My darling wife, get me my water.
You know what? I'm actually parched. Go get my water.
No. No, okay.
Dangerous experiment. Dangerous experiment. That's a brave soul. But you know how it was funny how she was so taken aback about how he was barking out orders, but yet she had a list. She felt comfortable barking out orders to him. We know the dynamic in that relationship. All right, girl, it's your world.
Some men pretend is because I want you to fall in love with this mask before you see my real self. Yeah. Because once you fall in love, you're going to spend the rest of this relationship trying to get me to put that back on.
Yikes.
You're going to spend all this time trying to get that feeling I used to give you. See, here's the thing. I can pretend to be a good guy for 6 weeks. I can pretend. For 6 weeks, I can love bomb you. I can call you every day. I can apply that energy you say you want every man to apply, and then you going to get your heart involved. And once you do, I feel like you're shackled to me. I want you guys to understand. In the beginning, good men and men who pretend to look like good men often look and behave the same. This is why patience is key. This is why you got to keep your heart at bay. When we talk about boundaries, they for you too.
Yeah.
It ain't just for other people, and oftentimes we think our boundaries are for just other people. No, sometimes we got to say, although I really do like this man, let me verify. Let me let some time pass. Let me see him in a different season.
Help me out. Please comment below. Are there really people out there like that? Are men really out there like, I'm putting up this good front, I'm putting up this good game for all this time because I'm trying to love bomb? Like, is love bombing a real thing, or is it just like a talking point for these shows and podcasts and things I could respond to. You know, that's all good. But like at this point, we're adults. Like, you can't tell if somebody's being genuine or not. Like, don't lie to yourself. Like, you really can't tell if that person is being genuine. And he hit on something. Just be patient. And a good thing to live by is trust, but verify. Do that to everyone. Trust what they say. Believe what they say until they give you a reason not to. Don't walk around with all that baggage and being bitter. But verify. Oh, no, I'm not married. I don't have any kids. Oh, man. Somebody say they don't have kids. They got kids. That's an issue. But verify. Like, just, okay, all right, yeah. And then you trust them a little bit more. Respect somebody until they give you a reason not to. But that doesn't mean give yourself all over. Like, give them the deed to your house. Give them your, Social Security, mama's maiden name, all that things. No, let things naturally enroll. And if you're just on a different timeline, that person is just not for you. But, the world can't be that cold out there. It can't. And if it is, you're probably falling for the okie doke. This is the person you selected. Start picking different people.
Would you rather come across a random man or a random bear in the woods?
I'm gonna go man. I'd probably say bear.
Bear. Why is that?
I just feel like, it's just like easier to kind of get them to go away.
It's easier to get a bear to go away?
I just feel like men are very unpredictable.
I can predict that the bear is gonna kill me.
That's why I'm saying, y'all, like, I don't know. But if you're gonna ask me to choose one, I'm probably gonna say bear.
We'll get everybody's answers. Go ahead.
Man.
Wait, what did you pick last time?
I picked bear. Yeah.
Okay, what do you pick?
I picked the man.
Yeah, random
so
man.
That's an old one, right? This is something that, 10 years from now, you're like, hey, this is going to date this video. That's an old one already, How do you pick, but to see it, right? How do you pick that? How do you pick a bear? It's a bear. I don't, well, if you don't know, go to the thing that's like legitimately safe. You cannot control a wild animal. Can you outrun a bear? No. You might think you can. And those are the funniest videos. God, I got to find those, man. If you want to start sending me some videos to react to, I love watching people who have not sprinted take off running for whatever reason. Man, present party included. Like, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna pull a hammy, I'm gonna pull a Kevin Hart or something. Might have to go to the hospital, but it is hilarious watching people good as well. They can't run, gonna take off running. So you think you're gonna outrun a bear? That's what's gonna happen. And even in my own delusion, I'm like, I'm going up a tree. Well, guess what? Bears can climb trees. This isn't Yogi the Bear. It's not friendly. He's coming to get you, right? I just feel like I can kick him while I'm up a tree. But don't worry about the last time I climbed a tree. I know all these questions are coming up. I'm just saying, it's the man. That might be the nicest man. You could probably beat that man down. You're not beating a bear. Y'all ready to go watch that Leo DiCaprio movie and get a healthy reminder of what a bear can do.
No. Now you see now, you done fucked up, that, don't you?
Grown people don't change that much. Like, that be the problem. You see what I'm saying? Like, grown people don't change that much. That person been that way, just like she just said. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of times we'll start seeing what we want to see in hopes that once we walk down that aisle, then I'm going to get the person I want for real. But that's not realistic. The wild it is that, like, once you walk down that aisle, it's just going to put a magnifying glass on who you already was, right? So I think that's where a lot of us go wrong. We just don't vet enough. We look at with rose-colored glasses. If we vetted the way we were supposed to, 90% of those red flags that we see, we would have saw those before we even got into the marriage. But because I'm looking for what I want to look for and I'm ignoring what I want to ignore, it's real easy to miss.
I'm telling you right now, marriage is a pressure cooker. Nobody's perfect, but don't be walking around you getting 40% from your significant other thinking that as soon as that paper is signed, as soon as you jump that broom, walk down that aisle, that things are going to magically be different. They might change for a little bit worse, and now you locked in. I know we're quick to give up on things, but you might just be locked in. So make sure you know who you're getting involved with. And to his point, that grown people don't really change, that is true. I mean, you're going to have some changes. You're going to go through the ebbs and flows of life. You got to come swing at those curveballs when they come in, and good luck. You will change. But that's why, you might run into a man and why he wants to date a little younger, because most of the time when you get older, you get set in your ways. You know, you're going to be stubborn. You're going to be walking around with baggage. You know, you might be a little different. You might have avoided certain types of situations. You might not be carrying all this extra stuff, but you know, can you grow? Can you grow with your partner? Can you do it together? Can you change that way? 1% better. You're not just going to happen overnight, but definitely don't think it's just going to happen just because that wedding dress went on and then it came off, man. You got a rude awakening coming.
My sister's boyfriend keeps acting flirty towards me.
Interesting.
Wait, her cart?
And I just don't really know how to handle this. I'm going to handle it. But I either have to talk to him and address it, or I have to talk to her. For reference, it's like, it started out as like comments about my appearance, like complimenting my outfit, complimenting like my looks in front of her. And then like, I mean, he's at the house all the time. So it's things just like brushing past me, like touching my waist when he doesn't need to. Like,
that's so weird.
It's getting increasingly more and more, and it's like starting to cross lines. And either I'm going to chop his dick off,
Nice.
or my sister is. But I'm not sure if I address it with him first or her first. So I'd love your take on the situation.
This guy's a wild boy.
Man, I wonder, is this a descendant of like, what's her name back in the day? Raina Bobbitt? That whole generation. Man, this would be like her granddaughter at this point. Maybe. But I could be messing that name up. But OGs know who I'm talking about. Kids, don't look that one up. That's sticky. That's sticky. So at first, I was kind of like, come on, you get over yourself, right? Yeah, all right, yeah, he's being flirtatious to you. All right, whatever. Do you have a man? Clearly you're single, right? But it is clearly getting it's going a little too far. You get a little handsy. At that point, nah. You gotta nip that in the bud. You gotta nip it, cut it out. So I personally believe you don't have to have that conversation with your sister, right? You have your perspective. She has her perspective. He has his perspective, right? But regardless, you feel uncomfortable, right? The man is saying things that make you feel uncomfortable. You let him slide. He's starting to put his hands on you. You kind of let it slide because you hadn't said anything to this point, but it is progressing, right? So just tell him, hey, you got to cut it out, man. I'm not feeling comfortable with that. I appreciate the compliments, but don't need them. I get enough validation from the internet. And if he doesn't respect it, then you go to the boss, right? Then you go to your sister and find that out. But, you know, lay it all out there. Leave your sister out of it. She doesn't need to know. Just let that situation kind of pan out without that until she needs to know. It's a need to know basis, right? And she doesn't need to know. But I'm not going to lie. This happened to me. No, my sister's, but not specifically. Don't get too literal, all right? So I was out supporting a friend of mine. Not going to use names, but I was supporting a friend of mine. His girlfriend was there. I came in from out of town. He came in from out of town. He was doing this event. I was supporting him. He had to actually go perform and do what he was doing. So I was alone with his girlfriend at times, right? But I'm an even keel individual. I'm going to act the same way around you today than I will tomorrow, yesterday, so on and so forth, right? So I wasn't acting any different. Full disclosure, I was complaining about my current relationship at the time. So he had to come back and tell me he didn't want to say, but he had to say, and he felt a little uncomfortable, and his girlfriend felt this certain type of way. And it was completely untrue. I was like, man, what did you think was the end game? Like, if I made you feel that way, why didn't you say something then? Because you were there. He was physically there. And why didn't you say something then? Did I try to get her phone number? Did I get her mailing address? Did I get her email? Like, what was the end game there? Like, did I really do this, or is this your insecurities? Is this your perception, right? And shout out to them. I think they're married, kids, everything's beautiful, but it like ruined our relationship because it was a catch-22. if I'm actually that guy who he thought I was, and she just played into it, man. She knew what she was doing because that was the nature of their relationship. That was toxic before we knew what toxic was. Not saying she's a toxic individual, but man, that was messed up. That was my buddy. And she leaned into it, and I can't be that guy. Like, if I was that guy, but then like, I can't stand for you thinking that I was that dude. Like, I got a little ego. I have character, and you think that's who I am? Like, come on, man. I guess we're not as close as what I thought. So in this situation, talk to the boyfriend, leave the sister out of it. But that's all I got for you guys. Hey, we got a little X trauma in there. You know, I slid in a little tidbit of that personal life that actually kind of happened back in the day. We're getting deeper. We're becoming closer. We're becoming one and more friends. Still got to get a nickname for you guys, and we'll keep the party going. I appreciate you tuning in. Catch you next time.